don't know Lonely's identity.
Of course, somebody will
anyway,
connect the dots
so
and
fuck
report
us.
it and start this whole BS again.
Indeed, Phox, indeed. I guess I'm
I
just
had
rattle
to
and I fall for that.
resign because Lonely's gonna do bad things.
And I might get banned because of what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Clearly,
I
Linden
think I'm
Lab's
just
gonna
gonna...
ban everyone because I'm doing such bad things. Look at me. I'm being evil right now. You guys just can't tell, okay? I'm being
I think I need to
incredibly
keep
evil
all of
right
this
now.
chat.
I'm just waiting for the latest version to come out so I can get it before it gets taken down.
The site's not going anywhere in the meantime. It's gonna be there. So
Great.
don't worry about rushing. There will be, when the last version gets released, it will be announced on the login page, like in big text, that there's a new release, because it's going to be the final release. Ever.
Okay, well, I want to get it. That's all it's to it.
I think a lot of people want to get it.
Yeah, you make sure you do, though. You make sure you keep checking that page. We'll try and send a notice out to the group. We'll send a notice.
Keep checking the page. Don't sit there refreshing.
I don't mean that. I mean, just, you know, a couple of times in the next 12 hours would be fine.
I mean, technically, we could make that release pretty much any time. I don't really plan on... Like, I don't have any fixes to make or anything.
Well, at this point in time, I don't have a problem saying, make it evil.
Well, the only change that's being made is I'm adding a setting so that users can pick the channel. The channel is basically how the viewer identifies itself to Linden Lab. And by default, the way it's released, it's going to be exactly like a regular Emerald. But if a user wants to go and change the channel so that the viewer tells Linden Lab that it's something else, they can do that. And the only reason I'm doing that is because of Linden Lab's threats to block Emerald. I want to leave it up to the users if they use Emerald or not. And not Linden Lab's whim.
Okay. How do I change the channel?
It's going to be a debug setting called Emerald Channel.
Okay. And hopefully I'll be able to figure it out.
Chances are you won't have to, and if you do have to, everyone who uses Emerald will have to, so I'm sure there will be instructions pretty much all over the place.
Well, you're doing what I was wanting to suggest. I've gone through this once before in another world where viewers got banned, and one individual knew how to, I guess, change the channels. And he would send out, what do you call them, modules to swap out in your viewers so you can get back in.
When the Second Life viewer connects to Second Life, it sends basically its viewer name, which is called a channel essentially. And all the debug setting is going to do is you'll be able to change the word Emerald, for example, to Second Life, and that could be indistinguishable from the actual Second Life client.
No, you would not want to do that. Spoofing the Second Life client would be a TOS violation. However, changing the viewer name to... Yeah, but you'd be better off changing the viewer name to, say, Ash's personal viewer, and connect with that, because they don't have any reason to block something.
Open source.
Yeah, or Second Life open source, or something like that. I would not spoof any other viewer name or the official viewer name, because they would not take that, they wouldn't appreciate that. And they could take action as a result.
Well, yeah, you're actually saying you're their viewer when you're not, and, you know, that's stealing their name. That's trademark.
Well, I don't think they could really get you for trademark violation, because you'd only be sending the name to their servers. So basically, get... Oh, wait, that's an IM. I was about to read that. Can I make fun of that slightly?
Yes, but
In voice?
because that's just been posted to me.
I won't mention who said it, but they're saying get LGG back on the project, and it needs to be 100% open source under a BSD or similar license. So basically, what they're saying is they want us to create Emerald, but under a license that isn't compatible with the Second Life viewer code. How are we supposed to do that?
This is just somebody's. I'm getting lots of suggestions from people. I've got another one here. Greetings from 2035. My name is Art Blue, and I like your browser. Even this browser does not allow to make me live in my world in 2010. I use Hippo, therefore. Why I send an IM, you may ask. Indeed, I would suggest that you concentrate on OpenSim use of a viewer and let SL as a second usage or even behind, as this would have not the same power as the world outside in the future where I am living. Am I speaking with Yoda, do you think? I'm not
Translation,
sure.
please.
Yoda, or someone who's delusional enough to believe they're Yoda?
So please go on to New Frontiers.
So they're saying drop Second
Ignorance
Life.
is not against the TOS.
So they're saying drop Second Life and instead concentrate on a service that has less users than, like,
Yeah.
1/10 of just Emerald users.
You've got it!
That perhaps you might be saying
That's
also
definitely doing the most good.
officially concentrate on being a OpenSim viewer.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really... I mean, I know that we could say Emerald for OpenSim and do whatever we want with the viewer. But I don't think that's really relevant, considering Linden Lab are threatening to block it at this point. Although we could say we're OpenSim compliant and possibly not compatible with SL, and then just release it with randomized versions or something, but I don't want to go that far. I mean, in terms of, if this was a technical battle, there's no question that, you know, there's nothing Linden Lab could do to prevent Emerald, but I really don't want to go there.
It actually is a technical battle if you want to pinch hairs.
I don't want it to be a technical battle, though. Linden Lab has said, you know, there's been enough. It's over, honestly. I'm not going to sit here and fight with Linden Lab. If they want to block Emerald, they can block Emerald. This last version will let users unblock their copies, but I'm not going to go out of my way to create an Emerald that they can't block.
17,000 views already of this thing.
Anyway, my build of that code just succeeded, so I'm going to commit it and...
Which commit does it copy?
I'm committing the code to the repository so I can use it on the build servers. Wow, completed at revision 2600. So this last release is going to be 2600.
Oh, that's appropriate.
Did you see this as a piping farewell to Emerald? Bagpipes. What?
Bagpipes. Wow, I can't believe that this came out to 2600. That's really funny.
You've just released the Windows XP of Second Life.
What? What does that have to do with 2600?
Windows
It's
XP
the build code.
is the build.
Oh, I don't care about that. 2600 is the name of a hacker magazine.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny. Nobody cares about the Windows XP build code.
Oh, I was just laughing because when you consider the upgrade
Microsoft.
to Vista,
Okay, but you know the number does keep reoccurring.
I'm sure that Microsoft chose it for that reason too. So, anyway, if there's nothing further...
Huh?
No, I'm trying to think. Are there any changes that should be made? Arabella? Skills? Anyone? Anything last minute before I press the build button on this?
Hang on, what are you doing? I was
Pressing
listening
the
to
build
Pipers. on your new thingy, your last event.
The about window should say this viewer is now diamonds.
I trust what you're going to do with it. Am I? Oh, God, no, I'm not muted myself for a change. I'm just listening to somebody piping the farewell of Emerald. It's very touching.
I think it's going to be a long time before Emerald is actually gone.
Yeah.
Well, I actually talked to quite a few people, and they've all said, well, I'm going to use Emerald until it doesn't work anymore.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of people who will use Emerald until it doesn't work anymore. But I mean, when the alternative is a viewer 2, it's not a very hard decision. But there are other
Things
good
like
third-party viewers out there, though I suspect
Things
most
like-
of them will be forced to move to viewer 2 as well with the new restriction on LLKDU.
I've not been very impressed by a certain person whose name begins with an L going around promoting his viewer.
Greg?
Particularly since this event.
Oh, who has? I mean, who would be bothered? This is a typical comment in response to the blog post.
Click on their
Before I go to
IPs
work.
before you approve them.
Huh?
Click on their IPs before you approve them.
Uh,
The way WordPress works is once you approve one comment by someone, they can make further comments without approval.
yes.
And a bunch of people are doing that. Like, they'll post one supportive comment, and then they'll come back
Yeah.
and post a whole bunch of troll ones afterwards. I just click on the IP in the WordPress admin thing, and it shows you if they've ever posted or attempted to post a different comment
Right.
under a different name. So you'll be that. I wasn't sure if I should leave comments on for that post, since, I mean, the feedback
think
at this
so.
point is nice, but unnecessary.
Could just set it to approval comments.
Some of them are nasty.
Yes, as I said, maybe you should set it to
That's
approval
what it's on.
comments instead of
It's not even that they're nasty, some of them are just plain
Ooh.
trolling.
Yeah, but you've got 3 different modes: no comments, approval comments, or there's
Free
that
comments.
other option: approve, comment, and then all future ones are okay, or something like that.
Okay, well, I'm starting the Mac build. Something strange is happening here. This is bad.
It's a Mac.
Oh god, something
Run,
terrible
Brent,
happened.
run. Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun, Brent.
Unfortunately, I've got to go. Good luck, all. And great viewer.
Thanks.
You know, and Arabella, I sent you an IM, if it's okay.
Okay, I'll have a look.
I just want to be able to stay on top and keep in touch with
Yep.
everybody, you know.
Yeah, I tell you what, you're always welcome here at Emerald Point.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You mind if I take a landmark?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, will do. And I'll be back, and as soon as that new one comes out, I'll be getting it.
Alrighty.
You all have fun, and good luck, all.
Thanks a lot.